Think and Grow Rich. Complete book summary. What if I told you that the difference between someone earning minimum wage and a millionaire isn't just hard work, connections, or luck? What if it all starts with a single thought? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most influential books ever written on success and wealth. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book has sold over 100 million copies worldwide and has been the blueprint for countless entrepreneurs, business leaders, and dreamers who turn their visions into reality. Published in 1937, Hill spent 20 years studying over 500 wealthy individuals, including Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and John D. Rockefeller, to crack the code of success. In this video, I'll break down all 13 principles that Hill discovered, give you actionable steps you can start using today, and share real examples of how these principles work. If you want to transform your mindset and finally achieve the success you've been dreaming about, stay until the end, because the last principle might be the most powerful one of all. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Desire. The starting point. 1 to 4. The first and most crucial principle is desire. But Hill isn't talking about just wanting something. He's talking about a burning, all-consuming obsession with your goal. Hill says, the starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desires bring weak results, just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat. Here's how to create burning desire. Step 1. Be specific. Don't say, I want to be rich. Say, I will have $100,000 in my bank account by December 31st of next year. Step 2. Decide what you'll give in return. There's no such thing as something for nothing. What service, value, or work will you provide? Step 3. Set a deadline. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. Step 4. Create a plan. Even if it's imperfect, write down your plan to achieve this goal. Step 5. Write it all down. Create a clear, concise statement of your goal, deadline, what you'll give, and your plan. Step 6. Read it twice daily. Once in the morning, once before bed. Read it out loud. Visualize yourself already achieving it. Feel the emotions of success. Hill shares the story of Edwin C. Barnes, who had a burning desire to become Thomas Edison's business partner. He didn't want to work for Edison. He wanted to work with him. Barnes was so poor, he had to hop a freight train just to get to Edison's office. But his desire was so intense that Edison saw something in him. Years later, Barnes became Edison's partner in distributing the Edison dictating machine and made a fortune. The lesson? Your desire must be so strong that failure isn't even an option in your mind. Chapter 2. Faith, Visualization, and Belief. 4 to 6:30. Desire without faith is like a car without fuel. You need to believe that you can achieve your goal, even when there's no evidence yet. Hill defines faith as visualization and belief in the attainment of desire. He says faith can be developed through autosuggestion, constantly feeding your subconscious mind with affirmations. Here's the key insight. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between positive and negative thoughts. It simply acts on whatever you feed it. If you constantly think, I'm broke, I'll never succeed, your subconscious will make that your reality. But if you feed it thoughts of success and achievement, it will find ways to make that happen. The faith formula. 1. Know exactly what you want. 2. Believe you can have it. 3. Take action toward it. 4. Repeat your affirmations daily with emotion. Hill emphasizes that you must eliminate all negative thoughts. He says, both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. Every thought you think is either building your success or tearing it down. One powerful technique. Create a written affirmation of your goal and read it with complete faith. twice daily. As you read, see yourself already in possession of your goal. Feel what it feels like to have already achieved it. Remember, faith isn't just hoping. It's absolute certainty that your goal is already yours. You're just moving through time to claim it. Chapter 3. Autosuggestion. Programming your mind. 638:30. This is how you develop faith. Autosuggestion is the practice of influencing your subconscious mind through repeated affirmations and visualization. Hill says most people fail because they only say affirmations with their mouth, not with emotion and belief. Here's the right way. The autosuggestion process. 1. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. 2. Read your written goal statement out loud. 3. As you read, close your eyes and visualize yourself already achieving the goal. 4. Feel the emotions: excitement, pride, gratitude. 5. Do this morning and night, every single day. Hill emphasizes, your ability to use autosuggestion will depend largely upon your capacity to concentrate upon a given desire until that desire becomes a burning obsession. Think of your mind like a garden. Whatever seeds you plant, thoughts will grow. Autosuggestion is you deliberately planting seeds of success instead of letting weeds of doubt grow wild. The subconscious mind is powerful, but it needs clear, repeated instructions. You wouldn't expect to learn a language by hearing it once. Similarly, your subconscious needs repetition to accept and act on your desires. Start today. Write down one goal and read it out loud with emotion tonight before bed and tomorrow morning when you wake up. Chapter 4. Specialized Knowledge. 8:30. 10:30. Here's a truth bomb. General knowledge is practically useless when it comes to accumulating wealth. What you need is specialized knowledge in your specific field. Hill makes a critical distinction. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when it is organized into definite plans of action. You don't need to know everything. You need to know 1. Exactly what knowledge you need for your goal. 2. Where to find that knowledge. 3. How to organize and use that knowledge. Sources of specialized knowledge. Asterisk. Your own experience times experience and education of others. Masterminds, mentors, times colleges and universities, times public libraries. Asterisk. Online courses and training programs times books by experts in your field. Hill shares an important insight. Some of the wealthiest people never finish school. Why? Because they acquired specialized knowledge directly related to their goals, not general education. Henry Ford didn't have much formal education, but when lawyers tried to prove he was ignorant during a trial, Ford famously said, "I have a row of electric push buttons on my desk. By pushing the right button, I can summon experts who can answer any question about the business I'm in. Why should I clutter my mind with general knowledge when I have people around me who can supply any knowledge I need?" The lesson. Invest in learning the specific skills needed for your goal. Whether it's sales, marketing, coding, investing, become an expert in what matters for your success. Chapter 5. Imagination. 10:30, 12:30. Your imagination is the workshop where all plans are created. Hill identifies 2 types of imagination. 1. Synthetic imagination, taking existing ideas and arranging them in new combinations. Most inventions and innovations use this. 2. Creative imagination, receiving hunches and inspiration from infinite intelligence. This is where breakthrough ideas come from. Hill says, ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. Every product, service, and business started as an idea in someone's imagination. How to activate your imagination. 1. Write down your goal clearly. 2. Ask yourself, what would this look like if it were already real? 3. Brainstorm without judgment. No idea is too crazy at first. 4. Look for ways to combine existing ideas in new ways. 5. Stay open to hunches and sudden insights. Hill shares the story of how Coca-Cola started. A pharmacist imagined a new drink formula. He didn't have money, but he had imagination. He partnered with someone who had capital, and together they created one of the world's most valuable brands. The most successful people don't just work harder, they imagine possibilities others can't see yet. Walt Disney imagined an entertainment empire when he was struggling to pay rent. Elon Musk imagined electric cars and private space travel when experts said both were impossible. Your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions. Use it daily to visualize your success and plan your path forward. Chapter 6. Organized Planning. 12-30-15. Desire and imagination are useless without a concrete plan. Hill emphasizes that you must transform your desires into action through organized planning. Steps to create your plan. 1. Ally yourself with others. Form a mastermind group of people who can help you achieve your goal. 2. Determine what you can offer. What value, skills, or services will you provide in exchange for wealth? 3. Meet regularly with your mastermind, at least twice weekly, until you've perfected your plan. 4. Maintain harmony, perfect understanding and cooperation within your group. 5. If your plan fails, replace it. Keep creating new plans until you find one that works. Hill is clear. You will be most successful at building your business if you are doing something you truly enjoy. Qualities of leadership. Asterisk. Unwavering courage times self-control. Asterisk. Strong sense of justice times definiteness of decision times definiteness of plans times the habit of doing more than paid for times pleasing personality times sympathy and understanding. Asterisk. Mastery of detail times willingness to assume responsibility times cooperation. Major causes of failure in leadership. Asterisk. Inability to organize details times unwillingness to render humble service. Asterisk. Expectation of pay for what you know instead of what you do, times fear of competition from followers, times lack of imagination, times selfishness, times disloyalty. Hill warns about drifting, going through life without definite plans or purpose. Drifters never accumulate wealth. Remember, a quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. If your plan fails, create a new one immediately. Temporary defeat is not permanent failure unless you accept it as such. Chapter 7. Decision. 15-17. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly if needed. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them frequently. Hill studied 25,000 people who experienced failure and found that lack of decision was near the top of the list of causes. Why most people can't decide. Asterisk. Fear of criticism from others times. Waiting for conditions to be perfect. Asterisk. Needing everyone's approval times over. Analyzing instead of acting. Hill shares the story of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence. They made a decision that could cost them their lives, their families, and their fortunes. They decided quickly and stood by that decision. That's the power of decisive action. How to become more decisive? 1. Get the facts you need. Not all the facts in the world, just enough to make an informed choice. 2. Set a deadline. Decide by when you'll make the decision. 3. Make the choice, even if it's not perfect. 4. Commit fully. Don't second-guess yourself constantly. 5. Accept feedback, but don't take opinions. Listen to your mastermind. Ignore critics. Hill warns, opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everyone has a flock of opinions ready to be wished upon anyone who will accept them. If you want to be wealthy, stop asking broke people for financial advice. Make your own decisions based on your knowledge and goals. Starting today, make one decision you've been putting off. Set a deadline and commit to it fully. Chapter 8. Persistence. This might be the most important principle of all. Hill says, persistence is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. Most people give up at the first sign of defeat. But temporary setbacks are not permanent failure, unless you accept them as such. The 4 steps to persistence. 1. A definite purpose backed by burning desire. 2. A definite plan expressed in continuous action. 3. A mind closed tightly against all negative influence. 4. A friendly alliance with 1 or more persons who encourage you. Hill studied Thomas Edison, who failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, Edison said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Symptoms of lack of persistence. Asterisk. Failure to recognize and define exactly what you want times procrastination with or without cause. Times. Lack of interest in acquiring specialized knowledge. Asterisk. Habit of blaming others for your mistakes. Times indifference. Lack of ambition. Willingness to compromise. Times quitting at the first sign of defeat. Asterisk. Lack of organized plans written down times. Neglecting to move on ideas when they occur. Times wishing instead of willing times. Compromising with poverty instead of aiming for riches. Asterisk. Looking for shortcuts to wealth without paying the price. How to develop persistence. 1. Know your purpose. Have a definite goal. 2. Create burning desire. Want it intensely. 3. Build self-reliance. Believe in yourself. 4. Make definite plans. Write them down and follow them. 5. Get accurate knowledge. Remove guesswork. 6. Form a mastermind. Surround yourself with supporters. 7. Exercise willpower. Concentrate on your plans. 8. Develop habits. Make persistence automatic. Hill says most people quit just before they would have succeeded. The difference between success and failure is often just one more attempt. Remember this. Every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. When you hit an obstacle, look for the lesson and the opportunity it presents. Chapter 9. Power of the Mastermind. This is one of Hill's most revolutionary concepts. A mastermind group is coordination of knowledge and effort between 2 or more people who work toward a definite purpose in a spirit of harmony. Why masterminds are powerful. 1. Economic advantage. Multiple minds working together accomplish more than one. 2. Psychic advantage. When 2 minds come together, a third invisible force is created that's greater than both. Hill explains that no individual has enough experience, education, and ability to ensure great success without cooperation from others. Examples of powerful masterminds. Asterisk. Andrew Carnegie surrounded himself with over 50 men to build his steel empire times. Henry Ford's mastermind included Edison, Firestone, and other brilliant minds. Asterisk. Mahatma Gandhi united 200 million people through the power of coordinated effort. How to build your mastermind. 1. Choose members carefully. Select people who can contribute knowledge, experience, or influence toward your goal. 2. Define your purpose. Everyone must know the objective. 3. Meet regularly, at least twice monthly, preferably weekly. 4. Maintain harmony. No ego clashes or competition within the group. 5. Give value to members. It's a mutual exchange, not one-sided. Your mastermind can include asterisk, business partners, times mentors, or coaches, times peers. In your industry, asterisk, complementary skill sets. If you're technical, include someone creative. Hill warns, Choose your mastermind carefully. Negative people will drain your energy and faith. Positive, success-minded people will lift you up. Action step. Identify 2 to 3 people you could invite into a mastermind group. Reach out to them this week. Chapter 10. The Mystery of Sex Transmutation. This is one of the most misunderstood chapters. Hill isn't talking about celibacy. He's talking about channeling sexual energy into creative and productive pursuits. Hill observed that the most successful men achieve their greatest success after age 40, when they learn to channel their sexual energy into their work instead of dissipating it. The concept: sexual desire is the most powerful human emotion. When this powerful energy is redirected toward creative endeavors, it becomes a superpower. How highly successful people transmute this energy. 1. They have a burning desire for achievement that occupies their mind. 2. They engage in creative work that excites them. 3. They maintain intimate relationships that inspire them. 4. They avoid overindulgence that drains their energy. Hill lists examples. Asterisk. Napoleon was inspired by Josephine times. Shakespeare's creativity was fueled by romantic passion. Asterisk. Many great artists, inventors, and leaders credit their relationships as sources of inspiration. The key insight: sexual energy and creative energy come from the same source. When you're working on something you're passionate about with the same intensity as sexual desire, you tap into incredible power. This doesn't mean suppressing natural desires. It means having a purpose so compelling that your energy naturally flows toward achievement. Hill also discusses the importance of having a spouse or partner who inspires and supports your ambitions. The right partner multiplies your power. The wrong one destroys it. Chapter 11. The Subconscious Mind. Your subconscious mind is like a garden that accepts any seed you plant, positive or negative. It works 24/7 and never sleeps. Key principles. 1. The subconscious mind acts on thoughts mixed with emotion. 2. Positive emotions are more powerful than negative ones. 3. You must deliberately plant positive thoughts because negative ones plant themselves. The 7 major positive emotions. 1. Desire. 2. Faith. 3. Love. 4. Sex. 5. Enthusiasm. 6. Romance. 7. Hope. The 7 major negative emotions. 1. Fear. 2. Jealousy. 3. Hatred. 4. Revenge. 5. Greed. 6. Superstition. 7. Anger. Hill says, your subconscious mind recognizes and acts only upon thoughts which have been well mixed with emotion or feeling. This is why affirmations without emotion don't work. You must feel your goals as if they're already real. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It simply acts on whatever you give it with emotion. Practical application. Asterisk. Before sleep, focus on your goals with positive emotion times. Visualize your success as already achieved times. Feel gratitude as if you already have what you desire. Asterisk. Your subconscious will work on solutions while you sleep. Many successful people report waking up with solutions to problems they went to bed thinking about. That's the subconscious mind at work. Chapter 12. The brain. Hill describes the brain as a broadcasting and receiving station for thought vibrations. This was radical thinking in 1937, but modern neuroscience confirms much of what he said. Key concepts. 1. The brain sends and receives thoughts. When highly charged with emotion, thoughts become powerful. 2. Creative imagination is the receiving set. This is where hunches and inspiration come from. 3. Emotions intensify thought vibrations. Strong feelings make your thoughts more magnetic. Hill suggests that When mastermind groups meet with harmony and strong emotion, their combined brain power creates a powerful thought frequency that attracts ideas and opportunities. Practical application. Asterisk. When you need creative solutions, enter a relaxed but focused state times. Be open to hunches and sudden insights times. Trust your intuition when it speaks clearly. Asterisk. Combine your brain power with others in mastermind meetings. While this chapter is brief and somewhat mystical, the core message is clear. Your thoughts have power, especially when emotionally charged, and combined with others who share your purpose. Chapter 13. The Sixth Sense. This is the final and most mysterious principle. Hill calls it the door to the temple of wisdom, the point where infinite intelligence communicates with you. The sixth sense is asterisk hunches times inspiration times intuition. Asterisk. Creative flashes times warnings of danger times opportunities others. Miss Hill says this sense only develops after you've mastered the other 12 principles. You can't fake it or force it. It comes naturally when your mind is prepared. How to develop your sixth sense. 1. Master the other principles first. This is advanced material. 2. Meditate regularly. Quiet your conscious mind. 3. Be receptive to hunches. Don't dismiss them. 4. Act on inspiration quickly. Ideas have expiration dates. 5. Maintain faith. Trust that guidance will come. Hill describes using his invisible counselors, imagining meetings with great historical figures like Lincoln, Edison, and Carnegie. While they existed only in his imagination, they helped him think differently and solve problems. Many successful people describe moments of sudden clarity where they just knew what to do. That's the sixth sense at work. Warning. The sixth sense is not a substitute for hard work and planning. It's the cherry on top after you've done everything else. Bonus. The six ghosts of fear. Hill dedicates a crucial section to the enemies of success. The six basic fears that hold people back. 1. Fear of poverty. Asterisk. Symptoms. Indifference, doubt, worry, overcaution. Procrastination times antidote. Definite purpose, backed by action. 2. Fear of criticism times symptoms. Self-consciousness, lack of initiative, lack of ambition. Asterisk. Antidote. Self-confidence, and caring only about your own standards. 3. Fear of ill health times. Symptoms. Hypochondria, lack of exercise, talking about illness. Asterisk. Antidote. Positive thoughts about health, proper care of body. 4. Fear of loss of love times symptoms. Jealousy, fault-finding, gambling times antidote. Faith in yourself and your partner. 5. Fear of old age times symptoms. Apologizing for age, killing off initiative, dressing to appear younger times. Antidote. Accepting age as wisdom and experience. 6. Fear of death, asterisk symptoms. Worry, lack of purpose, thinking about death times. Antidote. Accepting death as inevitable and living fully today, the worst fear. Indecision combined with doubt. Hill says these fears are nothing more than states of mind that can be controlled and directed. They're not real. They're thoughts you've accepted as true. How to eliminate fear. 1. Recognize which fears you have. Be honest with yourself. 2. Understand they're just thoughts, not reality. 3. Replace fearful thoughts with their opposites. Use autosuggestion. 4. Take action despite fear. Action destroys fear. 5. Associate with positive people. Fear is contagious. So is courage. Hill ends with this. Both success and failure are largely the results of habit. Choose to develop habits of faith, courage, and persistence instead of fear, doubt, and procrastination. Conclusion and call to action. Let's recap the 13 principles that can transform your life. 1. Desire. Burn with definite purpose. 2. Faith. Believe you can achieve it. 3. Autosuggestion. Program your subconscious. 4. Specialized knowledge. Learn what you need. 5. Imagination. Visualize possibilities. 6. Organize planning. Create and execute plans. 7. Decision. Choose quickly. Change slowly. 8. Persistence. Never give up. 9. Mastermind. Ally with others. 10. Sex transmutation. Channel energy into creativity. She. Subconscious mind. Plant positive seeds. 12. The brain. Broadcast and receive thoughts. 13. Sixth sense. Trust intuition and inspiration. Here's what to do right now. Today. 1. Write down one definite goal with a deadline. 2. Create a written statement of what you'll give in return. 3. Read this statement out loud tonight before bed with emotion. This week. 1. Identify 2 to 3 people for your mastermind group. 2. Acquire one piece of specialized knowledge for your goal. 3. Make one decision you've been avoiding this month. 1. Meet with your mastermind weekly. 2. Read your goal statement twice daily without fail. 3. Create and begin executing your organized plan. Remember Hill's most powerful insight. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Conclusion. So there you have it. The 13 principles from Think and Grow Rich. Desire, faith, suggestion, specialized knowledge, imagination, organized planning, decision, persistence, mastermind, sex transmutation, the subconscious mind, the brain, and the sixth sense. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying over 500 successful people and found that achievement follows definite principles. The key insight? Success begins in the mind before it becomes reality. Here's your action step. Write down your definite chief aim today. Pick one principle to focus on this week. Take one action within 24 hours toward your goal. Remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But you must take action. If you found this valuable, hit like and subscribe for more book summaries. Comment which principle resonated most with you. Thanks for watching. Success is within your reach. Now go make it happen. See you in the next video.